Not fixed. The issues that the Carnival Vista was seeing with propulsion are not fixed. This comes after Carnival Cruise Line delayed a cruise just several days ago, sharing that they were spending time to fix the issues. They are not fixed. Passengers are upset. We're sharing that with you on the show today. Plus, we're sharing news of an upset Carnival passenger who didn't like the announcements from the cruise director on board her recent cruise. We'll share and gather thoughts on that. We're also sharing news from Princess Cruises as they decide to raise gratuity rates yet again. And we have breaking news. This one's not even on the script. Just hit my phone a couple of minutes ago. Carnival Cruise Line releasing sail dates and new itineraries for ships like the Breeze, the Jubilee, and others. Those itineraries through April 2027 will be released today. Also, Royal Caribbean confirming something that I reported a couple of months ago. A fourth Icon class ship will be a real thing. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Tuesday to all you islanders. We hope that you're having a good week. We are right here on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together. We have all the cruise news you would ever want and ever need on the show today. So sit back, and relax. Enjoy the show today as we share so much news. This just hitting my phone, not even on the script in front of me. This is breaking news here from Carnival and Royal both. Carnival Cruise Line is sharing that itineraries for the Carnival Breeze, Celebration, Dream, Jubilee, Mardi Gras, Pride, and Venezia through April of 2027. You heard that right. April 2027 will be released today. The Carnival Breeze itineraries will be 4, 5, and 8 day. That's new. 8 days on the Carnival Breeze from Galveston to Carnival Celebration, 7-day Miami. Carnival Dream, 6, 7, 8, and 14-day. That's a Panama Canal there. Carnival Jubilee, 6, 7, and 8-day itineraries. Could it be that we have a Jubilee? That the Carnival Jubilee is going to have a different itinerary than the same itinerary she has sailed over and over and over since her inaugural voyage, December of last year. I think the Jubilee is headed east. I think she's going east, maybe to Celebration Key. Mardi Gras, 7-day from Port Canaveral. The Pride, 7 and 14-day from Baltimore. And Carnival Venezia, November 2026 through April 2027, 7 and 14-day from Port Canaveral. All of those will be out today. We'll be slammed. Amanda and I will be working, of course. We will update our Facebook page as these sailings go live. And then we're going to help you lock in your best rate, your best price, and make sure that you get the cabin that you want. That's the big thing when these itineraries come out. You can book any cabin on the ship. Nothing is sold out. We will be able to help you. If you see something you like, if you know something you want, be sure to email us travel@bookislandtime.com, and we will help you through the whole process. It costs you nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Also, Royal Caribbean kind of one-upping Carnival, or at least trying to do so, as they announced within the hour a new game changer is coming in 2027. I reported this. We talked about this. Who was on the live show when I said in the weeks and months ahead, Royal Caribbean will announce a fourth Icon class ship, because I could tell from the shipyard, the order book and paperwork and things like that, that's what it looked like. Royal Caribbean International confirmed today that they are indeed ordering a fourth Icon class ship. And I'm telling you now, I just visited Galveston, Texas last Tuesday for MSC's new terminal groundbreaking ceremony. And one thing is evidently clear. An Icon class ship, aka the Icon itself, is headed to Galveston. Maybe Q1 2026. I made one prediction. It came true today. I'll make the next prediction. The Icon itself, the Icon, is coming to Galveston. Don't tell anyone. Mark the tape, though. Let's talk about cruise news. That's why we're here. I had to share these recent and new itineraries with you because we're looking for it. We're looking for cruises in 2025, 2026, and 2027. But let's talk about cruise news here. Talk about booking cruises. I've had some clients ask me the question, should I stay away from the Carnival Vista, a ship that I have been on 6 or 7 times, a ship that I currently have booked for November of next year? My answer is no. It is still no. Don't stay away from her. She's okay. Everything's going to be okay, but she's having some rough water. Yeah, she's hit some rough water. She's got issues, okay? Carnival's trying to fix the issues. We know the last 10 or 14 days, the last couple of cruises, the Vista has had issues, and Carnival has done everything they can to get the ship back into the home port as early as it can, to work on the ship all day, to leave on the next cruise later. And they said that just a few days ago, everything is fixed, everything is okay, everything is good. And that is not the case. Just last night, passengers were made aware yet again through an announcement, through a piece of mail in their cabin, that the Vista is having issues reaching maximum cruising speed. We hear that over and over and over. It's not just the Vista, it's that class of ship, the Horizon, the Panorama. She's currently on an 8-day cruise, but she's not, that cruise is not going according to plan. There is good news and there is bad news. I'll share that with you. The letter sent to passengers shared this. This is from the captain. We have been working hard to address an issue that was impacting the ship's cruising speed. We were hopeful that the issue was resolved, but we're not quite there. The team is trying to identify, of course, what exactly is going on and how can we fix it. We are working on a new plan to make some additional repairs. We will be able to keep the remaining ports of call on our itinerary, but we'll make some modest adjustments to our time in port to allow us to return to Port Canaveral in a good time. Here is the good news. The ship is on an 8-night sailing right now. The ship will keep her current itinerary. She will make, as of now, every port of call she is supposed to, which is good news. Why is that good news? Because passengers who booked that cruise and they want to go to San Juan, Puerto Rico, they want to go to St. Martin, they want to go to St. Thomas, that's the 3 ports she has left to visit. They booked that cruise probably because of the itinerary. And Xing out one of those stops is not good. Changing the whole itinerary is not good. At least these passengers get to go to the ports of call that they thought they were going to get to go to. Here's the bad news. They're not going to get to spend all day the typical 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 time in port. Instead, the time at each port will be cut by an hour here and 30 minutes there. Upwards of 90 minutes to 2 hours they're going to have to cut from each port of call so that they can make it to the next port of call because they cannot cruise at maximum cruising speed. That is the bad news. What's next? We don't know. We don't know. Carnival, as the captain said, they're trying to come up with ways to fix this. And it's so difficult because the ship is moving, right? Unless the ship is in port in the U.S. home port or at port in the Bahamas or Caribbean, the ship is moving and working and operating 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So it's tough. We don't know what's next yet. The next thing is to identify this issue, see what the scope is. Can they fix it while they're at Port Canaveral, they're home porting there, or will there have to be a delayed time where the ship has to be still where this issue can be fixed? Let me ask you this, Islanders. Does this news regarding the Vista, does it prevent you or hinder you from booking the Vista? Let us know your comments in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Like I said, we're booked on the Vista. I'm fine with it, and it's because of the itinerary. It's the St. Thomas, St. Martin itinerary that we're going on. So we're still booked there. The next sailing is September the 1st. It's only 6 nights. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned here. Carnival will update us. I want to also share news over a passenger who recently cruised on a Carnival ship, but had a complaint. It wasn't the food. The food was great. It wasn't the entertainment. The entertainment was also good as well. And it wasn't that the casinos were too tight. There was no mention of the casinos. It was the announcements that take place. The cruise director, of course, tries to keep all of us updated from time to time on what's going on the ship. They come on a couple of times a day, right? They say, if you're not doing anything, if you're looking for something to do, here's bingo, and here's trivia, and here's a show when it's the evening, here's the comedy show, here's all this stuff. And a lot of times, if we're looking for something to do, if we're at a particular place, maybe we're laying around the pool, maybe we've had enough sun, we listen to the announcement because we want to know what's going on. Maybe we don't have our phones, we're away from our cabin, we left our phone in the cabin. We enjoy that. And there may be some people who don't like those announcements. This person was one of those people who did not appreciate the announcements. And when she got back from her cruise, she decided to write John Hild. Again, not about the food, not about the entertainment or the casino or anything else. She wrote John Hild about this announcement. She did not like the announcement. Quit with the announcement. She wrote John Hild and said, do we really need the cruise director coming over the loudspeaker 3 or 4 times each day to read to us the daily schedule of events? Less than 5% of the ship listens. We find the announcements particularly annoying. The cruise director is more of a shill for the shops than a cruise director. I don't think they come on 3 or 4 times a day. I think more than 5% of the ship enjoys the announcement. They like to hear what's going on. And yeah, sometimes they do announce there's a spa special, or there's the art auction coming up, and there's things that cost money. And John Hild pointed that out too. He answered, of course, this is Carnival's brand ambassador, but he answered as eloquently as you would expect him to. He said it is the cruise director's responsibility to promote the revenue. And it is the onboard revenue that has always been the reason that Carnival Cruise Line can keep the cost of your cruises the most affordable. An interesting insight there, John Hild references. Yeah, these announcements are important. Not only do they inform the cruiser, you and I, of what's going on, maybe we're looking for something to do, but also it does help drive revenue. And the more money that Carnival makes on board the ship, the less that you and I have to pay to actually get onto the ship. That has been Carnival's business plan for a long time. They're over 50 years old. John Hild also shared a couple of things that I wanted to point out on his Facebook page. He created a poll. I thought this was interesting. Created a poll and asked the almost 500,000 people that follow his page, would you like to hear these announcements in your cabin? Which maybe I'm not in favor of. I know that sometimes Amanda will sleep in, or sometimes people don't feel well. Sometimes you have kiddos who are tired. Maybe they're sleeping. And usually these announcements are not in the cabin. They're in the passenger public areas. But John Hild asked, would you like to see these in your cabin? 57% of people, and almost 10,000 votes, 57% of people said, yeah, I would like these in my cabin. The numbers would be astronomically higher if the poll was, do you like these announcements? Do you think they should stay in the public areas, passenger public areas? That number is probably 80%. When this writer said they're only 5%. I enjoy the cruise director announcements. Like I said, sometimes I'm without my phone. Sometimes I'm in a spot where it's like, okay, I've been here for a little while. I wonder what's going on. And an announcement will come on and tell you what's going on. I enjoy them. They do not bother me. I've never been waken up by an announcement, but I might be in the minority. I don't know. So I'm posing this question to you, Islanders. Let us know if you like these announcements on board cruise ships when the cruise director will come on and just list some things going on, whether it be the daytime or the evening time. Do you enjoy these? Do you think it's fair to do so? Do you think it's also fair to point out some things that are free and some things that cost? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, as we're going to share this last story on the show today. I told you we had all kinds of cruise news. It's a full cruise news day. Princess Cruises has raised gratuities yet again. This has been kind of silent, and still, as of the recording of this episode, there's been no official announcement yet. The change has been made on their website, and it says effective immediately, but there hasn't been a press release yet or any type of social media post, but this is indeed the case. The new rate is $19 per person per day for those who are staying in suites, $18 for those mid-level cabana-style cabins, and $17 per person per day. Not saying that that's expensive, but I've been cruising a long time, and I remember when these rates were $13 or $14, but now $17 minimum per person per day. Of course, keep in mind those who have the Princess Plus and Princess Premier packages, these rates are covered in your package. Your package itself is not going up anymore. That's covered there. A lot of people see stories like this, and they think that other cruise lines will follow. Yeah, they may follow, but no, they may not follow. Princess had a pretty low gratuity rate. Not the lowest. Carnival Cruise Line is actually among that category. I'll share some other cruise lines with you because we get to ask this question all the time. And it's almost like sometimes people will look for cruises from 2 or 3 different cruise lines. And this is a consideration they take into mind when they're choosing which cruise, which brand they want to cruise with. Even though it's only a difference of $1 or $2 per cruise line. Holland America is $17 for the base fee, $19 for those expensive cabins, those suites. Royal Caribbean's $18. That's the minimum, $18 and $20.50 for those suite cabins. Norwegian is $20. I'm on the highest in the industry, $25 for suites. Carnival Cruise Line is just about the lowest, $16 per person for Carnival, $18 for suites. So now they are below Holland America, they're below Royal, they're below Norwegian, they're below Princess. And some will automatically say that means Carnival Cruise Line is going to raise their gratuities coming up. Again, $16 per person per day. That's the lowest. That's the lowest among the 5 brands. Does it mean they will raise them? No, it doesn't. But it would not surprise me if Carnival Cruise Line comes out in the days and the weeks ahead and says, hey, we're going to have to raise our gratuities. It may be 30 cents, 50 cents. It may be the full $1. That's what Princess has done here. But that's okay. I can say this. I've traveled around the world via cruise ship in all-inclusive places and just traveling from place to place on my own journeys. And the crew members and those that work for cruise lines provide a service that is unmatched anywhere else, no matter where I travel. I'm not taking care as good as I am when I'm on a cruise ship. So I'll pay the extra $1, although it adds up, right? With Princess now, a family of 4 on a 7-day cruise now costs you $28 more. Doesn't sound like much, but if you look historically how they've risen over the last 5 or 7 years, it's been a big increase. Although, again, saying thank you sometimes has no monetary value. I'm okay with this. Islanders, I wanted to get your thoughts. Do you think that Carnival Cruise Line is soon in line to raise gratuity prices to be more in the norm with other cruise lines in the industry? Let us know in the comments section below. If they do indeed do so, will that upset you, or do you think it's fair? Let us know. That is the cruise news for today. Again, Islanders, look out for those sailings, especially the Breeze 8-day sailings, the Jubilee 6, 7, 8-day sailings. Look out for those. Amanda and I will be swamped. We'll be working late into the evening. Of course, the rest of the week we're going to be busy. We can't wait to hear from so many of you who we have helped book cruises with before, and we live through you. Some of you, maybe we haven't booked cruises for yet, but let us know. We would love to help you and make sure that you get the perfect cruise, the perfect room. We keep an eye on your price. We help with upgrade opportunities. We help with excursion planning, all that, no charge to you. Email us travel@bookislandtime.com. We cannot wait to hear from you. Until then, we'll see you in the comment section below, on our Facebook page, and tomorrow, right here on Island Time.